Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the Stellarton Police Commission meeting June 29th, 2021. Chairman Brian Knight was unable to attend, so I'll fill in his chair for the time being. The first item is the approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or changes to the agenda?
Yeah, I have a discussion on a street sign I'd like to bring up.
Okay. So we'll make street sign number 9.
And I have a couple of items that are tabled from Committee of the Whole. Crosswalk at Ford and Allen. And crosswalk at Union and Ford.
Okay, so crosswalk Ford and Allen will be 10, crosswalk Union and Ford will be 11. Anything else? Next meeting will be 12, and adjourn will be 13. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
Motion to accept the agenda.
I'll second it.
Moved by Commissioner Atkinson, seconded by Councillor Campbell. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. The minutes are next. They're attached. They're also distributed previously electronically from June 3rd, 2021. Is there any errors or omissions? Hearing none, can we have a motion to approve, please?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Moved by Commissioner Terrace, seconded by Commissioner Atkinson. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. It's my pleasure now to swear in our new Commissioner, Kevin Mason. I'll just read a little bit of time. Place your right hand in the Bible. I, Kevin Mason of Stellarton, Nova Scotia, in the county of Pictou,
Swear that I will faithfully, diligently, and impartially execute and perform the duties required of me as a member of the Stellarton Board of Police Commissioners. And while I continue to hold office, I will, to the best of my judgment, skill, knowledge, and ability, carry out, discharge, and perform all the duties of my office faithfully, impartially, and according to the Police Act or any other act and any regulation, rule, or bylaw, and will not accept in the discharge of my duties disclose to any person any matter or evidence brought before the Stellarton Board of Police Commissioners. So help me God.
thank you very much. Now part of the commission.
Thank you.
Great. And just make sure you sign that.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the commission, Mr. Mason. Kevin has a long history in law enforcement and community involvement, so you'll be a real asset to our commission. We're happy to have you. Item 4, business arising from the minutes. Summer Street Industries. Was that?
Chair Knight had asked that to be put under business arising from the minutes, so I'm assuming he's wanting an update from Chief on that.
So we met with, I met also with the Chief of Westville and the two representatives from Summer Street. And we're moving forward on some introductions into some members in our community that fall under their services, and also trying to plan out better ways of responding to calls and having them assist us, because what they've shown us in the presentation that they did was that they're going to be a valuable resource for us in dealing with some members of the community. So we are making progress on that, and just with the restrictions starting to lift now, we're going to be able to do some home visits. So that's the next step for us.
Excellent. Sounds like good progress. Thank you. I think the entire commission was pretty much in agreement that that was a good idea, so thank you for the follow-up. Item 5, election of vice chair.
Yes, so you'll have to vacate the chair. Are there any nominations for vice chair? And the reason why we're doing is previous Commissioner Don Taylor is no longer on the commission, so we need a new vice chair.
I'll nominate Mayor McGilvery.
Is there a seconder for
I'll
that?
second that.
Do you accept the nomination? Yes. Any other nominations from the floor? Any other nominations from the floor? Last call, any other nominations from the floor? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
We'll move on to monthly activity reports. June 2021 is attached with the package. Is there any comments from the chief or questions for the chief? I'll note that the foot and bike patrol is up to 53.5 hours. Is that mostly bike or mostly foot or a mix of both?
It's a little bit of mix of both, mostly foot at this point.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions in the report?
You note the calls for service 193, which is
Still pretty high.
still pretty high, yes. Yeah, still going up.
Notice there's one, Chief, there's one for impersonating a peace officer. Is that uniform, someone in uniform, pretending to be in uniform or out of uniform?
No, that one was somebody in white Crown Vic. Yeah, close. Gray Taurus with, it looked like an unmarked police car, had lights in it, lights in the front and the back. The officer checked them, and after consultation with the Crown, laid the charge of impersonating a police officer. No uniform, just the vehicle.
Thank you for highlighting that, Kevin. Appreciate it. Any further questions for the chief?
I'd just like to say that up on Poplar Street the other day, I was up there, a car came down past Brian Knight's, at least 60, 70 kilometers an hour, and everybody stopped at the stop sign. I know you guys can't be there all the time, I know the thing, but
That's almost a daily occurrence.
Okay, if there's nothing further, can we have a motion to accept the report?
So moved.
We have a seconder?
I'll second.
Moved by Councillor Campbell, seconded by Commissioner Terrace. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 7 is the Stellarton Police Service Strategic Plan updates. Okay. No update this meeting? Okay, thank you. Number 8 is my pleasure to do this one. It's accommodation Stellarton Police Service. Do we want to do it in front of you? So it's my pleasure to present this to Inspector Pons, a letter of commendation for the entire police department. I'm going to read it out. This letter is to formally and publicly commend the members and staff of the Stellarton Police Service for excellent service to the citizens of the Town of Stellarton. Their hard work and dedication has helped make the community a safer place by taking the initiative to shut down 4 drug houses in 6 months. The members and staff of the Stellarton Police Service have been stellar in initiating these investigations, following up on leads, and completed all necessary tasks associated with these procedures. This is a very time-consuming endeavor for the officers to take on, especially over and above the regular patrol duties. The public comments of kindness and compassion what community policing is all about, and we applaud the leadership in bringing out the best in our officers and staff. It's not going unnoticed. Thank you very much. Thank you. And that is a big deal, obviously, as we made an official commendation, but I'd just like to say that we receive a lot of feedback from residents about the drug houses in town, about the disruption in neighborhoods, and by shutting them down, we really improve the quality of life for residents, so thank you for that. Number 9 is street sign.
Yeah, I got an issue this morning with somebody bringing to my attention that down at the new gas station down there, Petro-Canada, it's either the county or the town or the business itself. I don't know which one would be held accountable, but when you come out there, there's a sign there that turns arrow showing green to come up towards the Rotary. And the person wanted to know, should there be a yield sign there? And I thought there should be, because he almost merged right out in the traffic coming from Lourdes. I could take it, show it to you, it's hard to explain, but when you come out of there, there's a road you can go right out towards St. Lawrence Boulevard or go left towards Ford. And when you go the turn around, there's a big green sign just straight ahead. And if you're not careful, you come out in the other traffic. I mean, most people look. I mean, I look, I know, but I think there should be a yield sign. I don't know where the sign is, if it's the town's responsibility. No, it's not in the Rotary. It's before, about 30, 40 feet before the Rotary, from that where the business is.
The traffic has increased there so much from the Petrocan.
Anyway, that's why I wanted to bring it to your attention. You can look at it, Mark, and decide if it's ours. Well, I appreciate getting a yield sign. If not, well then.
Because I was in the province or something. Do you understand what he's talking about?
No.
Do you want
No,
to
I
show
think
him?
I have to go down and have a look. I
Okay.
know where he's talking about, but I'm not sure where the sign would be.
Yeah, I'll definitely take you down, maybe after this meeting. No, you busy?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you come out of Meads, it was always in existence, but the Petrocan added to it. So they're both, one's coming out of Meads, one's coming out of the Petrocan, and you're going up to gain entry onto the Rotary. And what happens is you're merging either quickly or too slow, and a lot of people are zipping out there really quick. And it may be beneficial to have the yield, I don't know. But the increased traffic there is
There's a lot of it.
phenomenal. And that was always there even before the Petrocan went there, that entry onto the Rotary.
Okay, so we'll ask the chief to look into it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. We'll move on to number 10, crosswalk on Ford and Elm. This is from committee of the whole meeting.
Yes, so Committee of the Whole met last evening where a concerned citizen wrote a letter, and Committee of the Whole asked that it be forwarded on to the Police Commission, to whom it may concern. Concerned with the crosswalk in Stellarton on Ford Street / Allen, watched numerous vehicles fly by while people are on the crosswalk and are nearly hit. Flashing lights, just like at the post office, are necessary. Thank you, Ed Allard.
Okay. We can defer that to budget time. Is that what we talked about committee of the whole for they want lights there?
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there is a study that's required just to determine if lights are necessary there, and at that time it would be brought to budget if it's deemed that it would be deemed
So we're
necessary.
going to look into it then?
Well, I'd just like to say, on that intersection during the school hours, they put an officer there, or, somebody that's guiding them across. And yes, I've seen a lot of close incidents there.
The Russian area.
So we'll look into it and come back to us. Okay, thank you. So they're requesting lights for the same as from the post office. Number 11, crosswalk Union and Ford.
Yes, so this was also brought up at the Committee of the Whole, asking the traffic authority and the town engineer to consider placing a crosswalk on the corner, on the other side of Andre's corner there, and Union, which is Union and Ford. Because of the cafe that's there, the detour, the sidewalk is detoured across in front of the library and across Jubilee, and then it's people are tending to jaywalk across, so they're just asking about putting another crosswalk in there. And I do believe the town engineer and the chief of police have been conversing about this.
Yes, that's correct. I have spoken to the town engineer about it. We've looked at the possibility of having it right to the corner of Andre's there, but that's a little tight to the stop sign. Even on the other side of Union, it's still a little tight as far as somebody pulling or turning left from Jubilee onto Ford, giving them enough time to see someone come out into that crosswalk. There's also the entrance to the parking lot that we looked at that day when we were out. That causes me a little bit of concern, but I think if we have some cooperation from the pharmacy owner, we might be able to fix that up a little bit too. So yes, we are looking at that.
And maybe keep the pharmacy in the loop? Talk
Yes.
to Kevin?
Yes.
Thank you. And there's no signage yet for the detours? Okay, thank you.
Just had one question. Wasn't previous years, didn't they have a boarded or wooden crosswalk going out around and coming? Is that not an option anymore?
No, that was discussed. It happened last year. Then concerns were brought up from the chief of the fire department that the truck can't make a left turn onto Ford from Jubilee here because of the extended deck out into the roadway. The truck would just hit it and knock the deck. It was a hazard to the public. That's why it was changed this year. It's not ideal, and ultimately we could put more crosswalks there, but people are inherently lazy, honestly, and they're going to take the path of least resistance, and people have been walking out into the street on the yellow lines there just to get around the deck. So hopefully signage is going to direct them across the safely crosswalks, and if we add another one, at least they don't have to go down as far as Skokes to cross again. They can cross here.
So would you take the other crosswalk out? No, you'd have them both.
No, so there'd be a crosswalk on the south side of Jubilee and Ford, and then there'd be a crosswalk on the north side just past Union Street, because attaching it to the corner of where Andre's Seats is, there's cars making that turn from Jubilee and then making the quick turn onto Union. It's a little tight there.
Yeah.
Just moving it to the other side of Union, I think, would be a little bit safer. It's not an ideal spot, honestly, for a crosswalk, but I understand the need for it because of the situation we have there on the street.
It's not an ideal spot for the deck, or the patio.
No.
That's cramped.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's a lovely idea to sit out there and have your meal, but it feels like the traffic's on top of you.
Yes.
Okay. And just for Commissioner Mason's information, the fire truck had hit it in the past. A number of years ago, they took it out, and the town had to pay to repair it. And by law, you're not supposed to have stuff in your intersection anyway. That's an intersection, so we talked about that at length. I think that's it for the meeting.
I know it's not on the agenda and it's left my mind. I apologize for that. Are we able to have a 2-minute in camera, just as a personnel update?
Yes.
Are we able to do
Oh,
that?
and that reminds me. So I'll make sure that pedestrian light Tim Horns has been covered, and a report on the computers. Do we have an update on the computers, the cars' computers?
I was speaking with Commissioner Mason the other day. We were going to have a discussion either today or sometime, he was away last week, so there was going to be an update. I don't know if you have anything you want to add today or you want to hold off.
Yeah, I made a couple phone calls after a discussion with the chief. I made a couple phone calls, then I've been away for the past week, and I'll say out of touch, so I haven't been able to follow up. But I'm back, and we'll be able to follow up and have another discussion here shortly.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, basically, what we're going to have to decide is ultimately what we want, what's most important to us with using computers in the vehicle. If we can't have it all, what's most important to us? And the 2 units that we purchased, we haven't taken them back yet because after conversation with Kevin, we decided maybe we should hold off on that because there may be a use to them that will serve our purpose to give us what's most important is what I'm getting at. Like I said, we're not going to be able to get it all, I don't think, but if we can decide what's most important to us, those may still be of use to us. So that's where we're at with it.
Okay. Thank you for the update. Thank you for your help with it. Okay, so the next meeting is September 9th, so we're off for a couple months. September 9th, 2021, 2 p.m. And item 13 is adjournment. Can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Move to adjourn.
Thank you, Commissioner Axon. Thank you, Commissioner Terrace. And we'll go into in-camera.
What's that?